How to align your vision with everyone else's visions. What's happening? It's Erik J. Olson. I recently had the author of From Suck to Success. His name is Todd Palmer. I recently had him on a live interview on social media. We do that every once in a while for the Journey to $100 Million podcast. And we were talking about all sorts of different topics. And in this particular clip that I'm about to play you, it's about how you can align your vision with the vision that other people have that may or may not align with your vision. You know, sometimes as a leader of a company, you have a vision, right? And you're going full steam ahead. So example, I want to reach $100 million by 2030. And we're pushing towards growth, and we're pushing towards hiring, we're pushing towards taking on more and more and more. Sometimes that's not what other people want in the company, right? They kind of want a lifestyle business.
Sure.
So if I were to receive feedback as an example from someone saying, "Hey, I don't know if we should be growing, but that's my vision," right? What can I do really to kind of either accept their vision of the future, or reconcile with mine, or just say, well, we're not doing your vision, we're going with mine.
Sure. So part of the visioning exercise is to explain what the $100 million represents, not only to you, but to the organization. Why is that goal so important to you? A lot of leaders I work with in the beginning, we have a revenue goal as well. And the first thing we do is we unspool why that revenue goal means so much to you. Because it could be a great goal. It could mean a lot. I have one leader who's got a very high revenue goal, and he forgot to put in the margin goal. And so I said, so I'm asking him, so 100, we'll use yours. It's $100 million. What is your margin going to be on that? If your margin is only going to be 10%, so you can make $10 million, maybe there's another way to look at your goal, maybe adjust that goal. For example, like we did in his case, he's like, well, I want to be a $20 million company, but his margins are razor thin because he's going after the whales. He's hunting for the big buyers who want big buyer rates. I said, have you considered that you could be, what is the 20 million going to get you? And he goes, it'll give me 5 million net. What if you were a $12 million company with an $8 million net? He's like, tell me more. Because he only saw one formula. We changed the formula up. The model became going after small boutique offerings versus big whales. Because that's what we did with our business. We pivoted our model. We went after very specific niche people where we were the premium provider. Because you can be, this from a marketing perspective. There's different ways to be a provider. But ultimately, it comes back to what is your vision as a leader, why this number is important to you, how do you cascade that message throughout the organization? And the reality is you got to say things 7 to 12 times before people even hear them. And so as you repeat, reinforce, then you want to get that tribe behind you to drive that number, because $100 million is a wonderful goal. You might be a Superman and you may never sleep and you may never have any family or friends, but to do it by yourself would be so hard. You've got to get people to follow you. And so people are going to challenge it. Once you get them to understand what it represents, what their part in that is, how they contribute to that, especially millennials. Millennials are all part of teams. They want to be part of a team. They want to contribute to a team. They want to drive that team goal forward if they understand the purpose and the passion behind it.
Yeah, I kind of went through that exercise maybe about a year ago with my business partner, Kevin Daisy. And we realized that, $100 million, it's a big number. It's a lofty goal. But as say a rank and file employee, so what? It's not going to affect them. They're not going to get, 20% of that or whatever. So it probably doesn't resonate very well with them. So we had to really kind of think, well, what are we trying to get actually out of this? Mm-hmm. And one of the things that we realized is, well, in order to build a $100 million company, we're going to have a huge organization with probably lots of different offices, different branches, different specializations, different companies potentially inside of one company. Endless opportunity. And so that's the reality, is we're trying to create endless opportunity here versus just a $100 million company. Now I'll take either one of those, but yeah, we certainly realized that just the monetary goal it wasn't even enough to motivate us. It's nice to say it, but there needs to be more in it for more people than just us. Hey there, it's Erik J. Olson. I wanted to let you know about my book, $1 Million Journey: How to Launch a 7-Figure Business. This is the story of what it took for me to go from freelancer with no clients, no employees, no revenue, to growing a $1 million business. It took me 8 years, and I made a lot of mistakes. And all of those mistakes, and more importantly, lessons learned, are in this book. And we have chapter takeaways 5 to 15 takeaways that you can apply right now to your business. Check it out on Amazon, $1 Million Journey by me, Erik J. Olson.